The video begins with upbeat music and dynamic riding shots of the brand new 2025 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R cutting through city streets, winding mountain roads, and a few clips on the track. Welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, the channel where we bring you the most exciting two-wheel news, reviews, and first impressions from around the world. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about middleweight sport bikes of the year, a machine that carries Kawasaki's legendary Ninja DNA into a fresh, compact, yet higher-revving package. This is the 2025 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R, a bike that has had enthusiasts buzzing since its announcement, and for good reason. It blends cutting-edge design, screaming inline-four performance, and daily usability into a surprisingly accessible sport bike. So, let's get into every detail and see if this motorcycle lives up to the hype. The very first thing that grabs you is the exterior. From the front, the Ninja ZX-4R proudly carries Kawasaki's sharp and aggressive styling language that mirrors its bigger siblings like the ZX-6R and ZX-10R. The LED headlights are slim, angular, and give off a predator-like glare that feels instantly recognizable. Kawasaki has designed the fairing with aerodynamic efficiency in mind, and when you look closely you can see the subtle wing-like contours that channel air around the rider. The front cowl is sculpted not just for aesthetics but for high-speed stability, and the sharp lines immediately remind you that this isn't just a commuter bike, it's bred for sporty performance. The windscreen sits a little higher than you might expect on a compact sport bike, offering better wind protection whether you're tucked in on the highway or carving through back roads. Swinging around to the side, the proportions of the ZX-4R tell the whole story. Unlike most bikes in this displacement category that often carry twin-cylinder setups, this one is packing an inline-four, which means the body has been built to accommodate a more performance-oriented chassis and cooling system. The fairing extends elegantly without being bulky, and you can appreciate the layered design with vents that look like they belong on a supersport. The tank is sculpted to give the rider both a commanding grip and comfort, with enough cutouts to tuck your knees in during aggressive riding. The frame has a minimal yet premium look, exposing just enough of the engine to remind you this is a mechanical masterpiece at its core. The exhaust is short, stubby, and slightly upswept, hinting at the raspy note that inline-fours in this class are famous for. From the side, the ZX-4R strikes a perfect balance between sporty aggression and everyday manageability. It doesn't look oversized or intimidating, but it also doesn't look like an entry-level machine either. From the back, the Ninja ZX-4R continues the aggressive theme. The LED taillight is compact and sharply designed, sitting beneath a clean and aerodynamic tail section. The rear indicators are integrated neatly, and the seat has that split sport bike design with a raised pillion area. While the rear seat isn't exactly built for long-distance comfort, it adds to the sporty character, and riders who want to keep the bike sharp and track-ready will appreciate the styling. The rear tire hugger and license plate mount are practical, but for many enthusiasts, they'll likely be swapped out for cleaner aftermarket options. Still, the way the rear ties everything together leaves no doubt this is a Ninja that wants to be seen and heard. Of course, what truly sets the ZX-4R apart is what's hiding underneath the fairings. At its heart lies a 399cc liquid-cooled inline-four engine, a rarity in today's market where parallel twins dominate this segment. This engine screams character, revving up to an astonishing redline that gives it that high-pitched, intoxicating sound reminiscent of bigger supersports. It produces impressive power for its size, somewhere in the ballpark of 75 horsepower, which might not sound massive compared to 600cc or liter-class machines. But when paired with a lightweight chassis, it delivers exhilarating performance. What's even more important is how the power is delivered. Inline-fours love to rev, and the ZX-4R is no different. It builds power progressively, rewarding riders who push it higher into the RPM range. This creates a riding experience that feels alive, playful, and addictive. The engine is paired with a slick 6-speed gearbox, and Kawasaki has included their assist and slipper clutch system for smoother downshifts and reduced lever effort. On certain trims, you also get a quick shifter, allowing for clutchless upshifts that feel sharp and race-inspired. Fueling is precise, and throttle response is crisp, which is crucial for a bike that encourages spirited riding. When it comes to performance on the road, The ZX-4R is a joy. It feels light and flickable, making city traffic less stressful, yet once you open it up on twisty roads or a track, the handling comes alive. Kawasaki has equipped the bike with a trellis-style frame that balances rigidity with weight reduction. The suspension is sport-focused yet forgiving enough for daily use, and the braking system, with dual front discs and radial-mounted calipers, offers excellent stopping power. Riders will also appreciate the electronics package. Kawasaki has given the ZX-4R multiple ride modes, traction control, and even smartphone connectivity through their Radiology app. This isn't just an old-school sport bike with raw power, it's a modern machine that respects safety and rider preferences while still delivering thrills. Another standout aspect is the way it sounds. At idle, the ZX-4R has a hum that builds into a spine-tingling scream as you climb the revs. It's a sound that instantly separates it from the parallel twin competition, and for many riders, that soundtrack alone is worth the price of admission. It's not just noisy, it's a symphony that makes you want to chase the red line again and again. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where the ZX-4R really sparks debate. In 2025, Kawasaki has priced it as a premium option in the 400cc segment. Depending on the market, the price generally falls between $8,500 and $9,500 with slight variations depending on trims and regions. This does make it more expensive than most parallel twin 400cc bikes, but what you're getting here is something unique, a true four-cylinder sport bike in a class where that engine configuration has all but disappeared. In many ways, Kawasaki isn't competing with the usual entry-level sport bikes. Instead, they've carved out a niche for riders who want the excitement of a supersport but in a more approachable and affordable package. Considering the engineering, the electronics, and the performance, it feels like money well spent if you're passionate about the riding experience. In conclusion, the 2025 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R is a motorcycle that proves smaller displacement doesn't have to mean less excitement. It takes the legendary Ninja spirit and compresses it into a package that's accessible, thrilling, and stylish. It's a bike that can handle the weekday commute while transforming into a razor-sharp machine on the weekends. For new riders who want something beyond the typical beginner bikes, it offers a pathway into the world of high-revving sport bikes. For experienced riders, it delivers a nostalgic reminder of what makes four-cylinder engines so special. Kawasaki has taken a bold step bringing this machine to life, and in doing so, they've reignited passion in a segment many thought was gone forever. That's our in-depth look at the 2025 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R. What do you think? Is this the perfect blend of practicality and performance? Or would you prefer stepping up to the 600cc or liter class options? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if